What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hot Seat Thursday night addiction that had a couple weeks off, but we are back. We're in full effect. We have a great guest tonight. You may notice that we're on a different channel for the Hot Seat. Our co-host with the most, Daddy Dutch Barbecue, just fuck me, son of a bitch. It's been so long since I did that.
I know you were on a roll.
I was on a roll. All right. So Daddy Dutch Barbecue just got monetized this week. So we had to do a show on his channel so we could get him super shots because he could finally get super shots. So I'm going to set the super shot price tonight at a fair $19.99.
Okay.
All right. A fair $19.99. $100 super shot gets Kent to take off his shirt and do a Texas size shot. There it is.
Wow. That's aggressive.
That's aggressive.
That is aggressive.
Where's Josh at? He would say that's aggressive.
Before you get started,
Right.
I want to take care of a couple things here. I haven't seen them in there yet. Maybe they are. Maybe I missed them. Josh and Babe sent me some stickers for the wall and for the barbecue trailer. And Stan from Sweet Smoky Joe sent the new garlic butter seasoning.
Here comes the super shots.
Uh-oh. Oh, Christ. Speaking of which, Mad Horse Barbecue, Barbecue Brian, thank you for the hat.
Oh, you finally got it. Right on. There you go.
Yeah.
Look at all them super shots.
Oh, boy. You know what? Russell, thank you, Brian.
Russell's in there. What's up, Russell?
LT, look at that Washington money flowing in.
LT,
Big Cat, Mike.
Big Mike.
What? You know what?
Cali 2 Fly. Dead Broke Barbecue put $50 in there. What's up, Ricer?
Jesus. All right, hold on.
Foodie. I'm writing this down. Don't worry. We'll get you, Kent.
Well, let's see. This is going to be for the first 5.
Okay,
Brian, cool. Gary, Russell, Lewis, and Big Cat.
You got the Texas size shot out there?
Oh, you know what? God, y'all going to kill me tonight.
Oh, it's going to be fun. Everybody's excited that you got that.
Don't make me laugh.
Uncle Steve Shake coming in with the hundy. What's up, Uncle Steve? Our sponsor, our friend, our confidant. Uncle Steve coming in with the hundy. What's up? Work your way into that one, Dutch. It's fun. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
And guys, as you guys know, our show is sponsored by Uncle Steve Shake. We will doing a giveaway halfway through the show. All right, we got his shirt on. All right, I'm still writing down, so keep talking, buddy. I'm still writing down.
I gotta thank Uncle Steve too. The newest version of the Sweet Heat is in process, and Steve was kind enough to send me the bottles, the seal caps, and the lids for it. So thank you, Steve.
Well, that's awesome, man.
All right, now do your job, would you?
Okay, shirt off, nipples out. There it is.
Who said that?
LT. No. Guys, thank you guys for the super shots. We will make sure Kent gets through them all eventually. And I'll drink to them too, obviously, too. All right, let's shout out some people in the chat. How about we do that? Brisket Medic, I see you. How you doing, Zach? Johnny Maggs Barbecue's in the house. The Cooking Cop and Babe are here. I said Russell already. GT's Barbecue. Dogfather Barbecue. Mad Horse Barbecue. Melanie's in there. What's going on from Frank and Mide? Charlie Pickles Barbecue's in there. Madwood Barbecue. Barton Barbecue. Smoke Works. Howdy. Dad, Todd from Dad is Incredible. Keith Bedtag is always keeping score. 35 people are here. Guys, make sure we have 35 thumbs up. Skip from Long's Quest is in the chat. Scott from Backwoods Gourmet. I think I said you, and thank you for the $5, Scott. Big Cat 305 in there. I think I said that too. Rosemary Marshall, Beers Jack and Barbecue. LT, I said hi to you guys already. Craig behind the garage barbecue. I don't know if I wrote that down, but guys, we are doing great. Deb Broke Barbecue, thank you so much. Dude, $50 is insane. Good stuff. Thank you, Uncle Steve. You know, you're one of the best partners we could partnered up with for this show, and I think it works really well. So thank you very much. Can you take that writing down? Some things you cannot unsee. Nice. All right, Alex Bayer, what's going on, brother? All right, can you? All right, good. You took it down. All right, let's introduce our guest today, Chef Alex. What? Why are you interrupting me?
Because I can.
All right, cool. All right, so Chef Alex is here with us. Why don't you say hi to the people, Alex? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, everyone? Thanks for having me.
All right, you're welcome. Welcome, man. So, if you guys don't know, Alex is a budding YouTuber. You have a handful of videos up. I found him and I was like, dude, this guy's got some good stuff going on. And, I actually shared him to you guys too. And I think a lot of you guys are subscribed to Chef Alex. So we're going to have a great conversation with him tonight. Dutch is going to get hammered, so that's going to be fun. Let's see here. Blackstone Betty's in the chat. What's up, Desiree? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Did I miss anybody? Jay's Brapping Barbecue. How you doing, Jay? Appreciate you being here. All right, guys. That's it for now. Let's get into the questions. What do you say, Dutch? You feeling good?
Why not?
Catching up. Let's get a shot in before we ask our first question.
Speaking of questions, Booger's not here.
Where's she at?
I don't know. She's probably digging out of another damn hurricane or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Put at Daddy Dutch Barbecue in the chat if you have a question for Alex. And as long as I can still read them, I will ask them.
Alex, this may be a quick show depending on the super shots, man.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. What's his channel name? All right. So let's talk about that. What is your channel name?
It's called Chef Life with me, Chef Alex Ottusch. Originally, I wanted to design the channel to kind of show what it's like as a working chef in the industry while cooking at home, and kind of that kind of lifestyle over the last couple of months has been tough to do because I haven't been working, because it's a little tough for chefs right now, especially here in Chicago, but hopefully it's going to make that happen soon enough. So.
Right on. All right. Got a couple more people jumped in the chat. P Digits. What's up, man? Finkel is Einhorn. I'm not sure what that is, man, but I appreciate you being here.
Ace Ventura.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Like Ray Finkel. Laces out, right? All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Leprechauns in the house. What's up, Lep? Smoking Bears. How you doing, guys? Stephen and Jacqueline, will you do me a favor and find his YouTube link, Dutch, unless you put it in the description. Did you?
No, I forgot to do that.
Yeah. See what happens? All right. So,
I haven't done it. Give me a
what?
Give me a break. Give me a break. I haven't used StreamYard for a while.
That's no excuse. There we go. Thanks a lot, Steve and Jacqueline. Oh, that's our sponsor, Steve, Uncle Steve. Guys, if you haven't got some of that Uncle Steve shake, you don't know what you're missing. Get you some. All right. So that's your channel. We're gonna get into a little bit more of what's going on, either YouTube or your culinary background. But the first thing I want to do is say thank you for your service. Chef Alex is a Navy veteran.
Yes.
We like to acknowledge all our veterans. We're very pro-veteran around here. So, thank you for your service, man. Thanks for being a part of that. That's something we can't thank you enough. So, appreciate it, brother. You tell them that we're live right now.
Yeah, I know we're live. Sorry,
No, don't worry about it. That's fine, dude. Don't worry about it.
My roommate's distracting me.
All right, cool. All right, man. So the first question I always ask is, where are you from, where you live, where do you reside, all that good stuff.
I'm in Chicago right now. Originally I'm from Michigan, literally like right across Lake Michigan is my hometown. in Michigan. And so, yeah, been in Chicago since 2017. And yeah, I was in Florida for a little while. Well, when I got out of the Navy, I was stationed in Jacksonville. And so I decided to stay there. And that's when I went to culinary school. And yeah, and then 2017 decided to pursue bigger challenges in the culinary world. So I wanted to come to one of the Mecca cities for food, and Chicago is definitely one of them. So
yeah, for sure. That's a huge city, and I know they're known for their food. All right, so you've been around the country. I'm kind of going off script on this one, but deep dish or regular style on your pizza?
I actually regular style. I've never, even like growing up, I was never a big fan of deep dish. I think I didn't put it on my channel because I never made deep dish before, but I did like a whole from scratch deep dish pizza in the apartment one time, but I was just following a recipe, so I didn't want to like put it on my YouTube as if it was mine. But it came out pretty good, and deep dish pizza has its place. But I like to pick up my pizza. I don't need a fork.
Yeah, I'm with you. No, just anytime I interview anybody from like New York, Illinois, whatever, Chicago, that area, like I want to know how they feel about that stuff. And all right, cool. All right, so let's talk about family life. Wife, kids, dog, cat. Yeah, I assume you got a roommate you were just talking to.
Yeah, I have a fiance that I live with, and then 2 other roommates, 3 dogs in the house. It's a full house here.
Right on.
But
very cool. Anytime you want to bring in the fiance or the dogs or the roommates, they're more than welcome to come on. We're big family style over here.
All right.
So knock yourself out.
If they wander in here, I'll put them on.
Right on. All right, guys. Steven and Jackman just put your Facebook page up there too, so it's in the chat. Make sure you guys follow them along. Do you have an Instagram too?
I do. My fiance heard, so here she is.
That was just a drive-by waving.
It was a drive-by. She's playing with the dogs, and so they're all running around. But
it's all right. It's all right. Very cool. All right. Well, is he angry? Is he ready to eat? Does he want to get on the camera? Is that why he's barking?
Oh no, they're playing. They're all just loud.
Right on. All right, cool. All right, so Mega Fred Zeppelin question, one of our longtime subscribers, asks, what's your favorite music, bands? Do you play any instruments, any of that good stuff?
I mean, like most people, I'm into a little bit of everything. Lately, it's been a lot of hip hop and R&B for some reason. It's just me. In high school, I was into metal for a while and classic rock, and so a little bit of everything. The only music I never really got into was punk, like true punk music. I just never took to that. But
yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one.
Yeah, there's definitely some good stuff in the other place, but never got me.
All right, Kent, do you owe any shots? I'm ready to take one. How about you? I'm sure you owe somebody a shot somewhere.
I think I owe one. I don't know.
It's good for you. It's good for you, man.
Well, I know I got it. Well, I better put this one about half full for ricer.
Will in Florence, hot coals are used like peas and carrots. Sorry, I was just catching that. All right, so
what? Whoa!
The P digits, Phil and Florence, CFB, and hot coals are like peas and carrots.
What?
That's right up there with Ray Finkel. I'm just not putting up, catching what you're putting down, brother.
Yeah,
all right, Ken Rogers, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Leprechaun, I think I said hi to you. And Russ from Smoky Ribs, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Dan, Smoky Goodness, I think I got you, brother. If not, sorry about that. All right, so what kind of took you into the culinary side of things and actually becoming, a chef?
Well, I kind of grew up cooking with my mom and grandma, like a lot of people, and I kind of what spurred it on in the beginning, the interest. And in high school, I wanted to pursue it more. There just wasn't a lot in my area that I knew about. I only really knew about like Le Cordon Bleu just from like infomercials, and that was kind of it. And so I kind of changed directions after high school and went to college for like business and just wasn't really into it. And it wasn't until I actually joined the Navy and then became a cook where I was like, you know what, I'll really go for this. I'll give this a shot. And that's when I got out and I used my education benefits and went to culinary school and then just, hit the ground running. Worked at a country club down in Jacksonville where they have the players tournament if you're into golf.
Yeah, that's cool. The TPC?
Yeah, TPC Sawgrass. And so, and I was there for 3 years, and that's where kind of like really got my licks, I guess, in the kitchen for the most part, and kind of spurred my passion a little bit more.
Right on. And when you got to the Navy, how did they decide you're going to be a cook? Is it something you signed up for, or is it just...
I kind of took a weird route. I tried to be a Navy SEAL right off the bat, and it's very difficult. It just wasn't for me. I kind of did it on impulse, which is never a good reason to be a Navy SEAL. And so, I went. It's kind of weird when you like drop out of a program and then they try to find you a job. And I was like put on a ship just without a job, which means I was painting and shipping paint. And then it's kind of a process of whether or not, if you want to extend your contract, they'll send you off ship to go to a school, or you can not extend and stay on the ship and just pick a job that doesn't require school. And I was like, well, I like cooking. I'll give that a shot. So I was like, yeah, I'll go be a cook on the ship. And so.
Right on. All right, that sounds good to me, man. All right, we'll talk more about time on the Navy for sure. In the kitchen in the Navy, the mess hall, is that what they call it?
The galley.
The galley. That's it. Yeah. All right, Smoky Joe's Pit Barbecue. What's up, buddy? Larry Highland. Sorry, Papa Larry, I miss you, buddy. Thank you for being here. Kent, are you ready to ask some questions over there, bub?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Take them over, bub.
All right. First one comes from Gary from GT's Barbecue. Wait. Lep, I see you in here. That's for you, Lep, for last week. All right. Gary wants to know GT's Barbecue, favorite meal that you serve your family and friends, Alex?
That's a tough one. Well, growing up, I was kind of... and you'll probably appreciate this, I was kind of famous for my ribs amongst my family. And it was like just starting out, I learned a few different ways to cook them, but they always came out really good. I eventually just was like baking them low and slow for a long time and just throwing them on the grill. I always used Sweet Baby Ray's and just kind of like doctored that up a little bit. And yeah, it was gangbusters with my family and stuff. I think I have a video. I don't know if you want to watch it or not, because it's not true smoking or any of that. It's like a quick way to do ribs I have on my channel, and they came out really awesome, but it's not true traditional barbecue, but they're still pretty good.
Cooking's cooking. Everybody does it different,
Yeah.
I know plenty of restaurants around here that have, their barbecued ribs, and they don't have a smoker in the place.
Right.
You
can get creative with smoking, like in ovens or on stovetops and stuff. I've seen some pretty cool setups for getting smoking done without actually having a smoker. So,
well, our friend in the chat, Leprechaun TV, there, he smoked a brisket on his Blackstone.
There you go.
You got to look that one up.
I will have, yeah.
Or was that live? I don't remember. I'm sure it's on there somewhere. So, yeah, Lep's a mad scientist like that. So, all right, Pickles Barbecue, the guy who eats nachos out of a hat, wants to know: you've worked in high-end kitchens and lesser kitchens. Where would you choose to eat?
That's kind of a tough one. It really depends on if I want to taste something that I have never tasted before, something that's really going to blow my mind, or if I'm just like really hungry and I just want to like go ham on some food. Like I was lucky enough to go to Alinea. That's where I proposed to my fiance, and the meal just blew me away. But every time that we do go to a high-end place or a Michelin star place, I'm usually stopping for like some Taco Bell or a hot dog or something afterwards, just because like the food's so amazing there. But it's like Now I just want something that's really going to like put me over the edge, and it's like a good Taco Bell taco or whatever is just going to do it. So it's like it's hard to like prefer one over the other because they both have their place.
Right. It's like I get asked all the time, you know, do you get sick of eating barbecue? And I don't get sick of it, but when I'm at a competition and I've been cooking all day, it's the last thing I want to eat too.
That's fair. I've had plenty of days just in my apartment where I take all day to cook something, and then I usually just end up making a sandwich or something. So it's like, I don't want to eat that anymore.
Give me a cold ham and cheese deli sandwich.
Yeah, I'm good to go. That's all I want. Yeah.
All right. Callie 2 Fly wants to know, why are rib tips better in Chicago?
I could not answer that. I have no idea why they would be better in Chicago. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I'm sorry.
All right. Zach from Brisket Medic wants to know, when you're working in the kitchen, do you have to wear a hairnet around your beard too?
Depends on the place. I've worked in places that didn't care, and I've worked in places that did care, but then like not really, because I would start wearing them, but then not keep up with it, just because I've never really had an issue of my beard hair falling out. So
okay. I know there's a couple kitchens here in town that they require, if you have facial hair longer than a 1/4 inch, you have to wear a hairnet over it.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked in kitchens where hats aren't even required.
That's awesome.
So it's like, I think it just depends on where you're at, how big the place is, or
different health code guidelines, everything else.
Right.
So, all right. Russell from Raspberry Rock wants to know, if you were a Star Wars character, would you be on the light side or the dark side?
That's a loaded question, because I'm an avid Star Wars fan. And if I could really nerd out, I'd probably try to be a gray Jedi, which is a thing. They just don't show it in the movies, but it's I'd like to be like Mace Windu, because he studied the dark side, and so he knew about it. That's why he got the purple lightsaber.
Fair enough. I will have to
no idea what you're talking about.
I'm a huge
I will have to fact check that with my wife and son, to be honest.
Okay. All right.
No. I mean, you look up here right now, it's a football commercial, but I got it on Food Network. So
there you go.
All right. Alton from the Dog Father's Barbecue wants to know if you are familiar with Happy to Meet You in Chicago.
Happy to
and if
meet
you,
you.
I'm guessing it's a meat supply place, because he says, if so, have you used it? And what do you think about it?
I have not heard of that. If it's a meat supplier, I haven't heard of it. A lot of meat suppliers here in Chicago that I've seen is like Fortune or D'Artagnan. There's a couple other ones, but yeah, I haven't heard of that one.
Okay. Ricer from Dead Broke Barbecue. Do you think downtown Chicago steaks are way overpriced for broiled steaks?
Probably. I've never been to a steakhouse downtown, but I would imagine they're probably pretty overpriced. A lot of stuff here in Chicago is a little overpriced, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. We parked out. What's that planetarium out by Soldier Field?
Mm-hmm.
And we actually walked around the pier there, and we walked 12 miles round trip with 20 people to get a damn hamburger.
Where at?
I don't remember the name of the place, but it was not too far from Weber Grill downtown.
Okay. I don't go downtown too often, honestly. There's so many, like, Chicago is kind of known for downtown, but just like any place, if you come and you know someone who's from the area who can take you to the more of the side neighborhoods, and like that's where you're going to find all your like good hot spots.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Shane did that with me down in Florida. He goes, yeah, tourist trap. Here's a good place to eat.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of great restaurants in downtown Chicago, but, it's easier. There's plenty within, like, walking distance of our apartment where it's like, I don't need to go downtown. I can go here, 5 minutes away, and you're good to go.
Right. All right. Another one from Zach at Brisket Medic. He says, what would you say is Chicago's signature food besides deep dish pizza?
You know what? I saw that question in there, and I was like, I don't know if they're going to ask me that. I don't really know. As soon as I saw it in the chat, I was trying to think of, like, what's another, like, well, actually, no, I know the answer to that. Hot dogs. Chicago style hot dog.
There you go.
And I swear by those. Vienna hot dogs and all the fixings and the poppy seed bun. Can't beat that.
Sport pepper on it.
Hell yeah.
All right. I missed one from Russell. If you dropped a sick mixtape, what would you title it?
Mise en place.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like
Hold
that.
up real quick. I gotta show off. That's what I have tattooed up here.
Is that mise? This is mise. Oh, I see it now. Nice.
Yep. I'm a big fan of that one. All right.
I have it.
All right. More questions?
You
Can
done
I-
showing up?
Can I answer a question that I saw in the chat?
Well,
No,
you shouldn't
because
be looking at the chat. You're going to piss off Dutch.
I'm going to pen flip your ass, Alex.
I didn't know if you were going to ask me like every single question that's in the chat because I've seen a lot of them, but I had to. The one that I saw was asked if we really use powdered eggs in the Navy, and absolutely we do. That's a last resort, but we do use them. And
Well, okay.
And
Alex,
not,
I need you to do me a favor.
Okay.
If you're going to do my job for me, you first have to read who the question is from.
It was so long ago. That's why I didn't think it was going to be asked. So that's why I don't know where it came from. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dutch. I'll back off. I'm sorry.
You're just fine. Because I, you know what? To be honest with you, I think I missed that one.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, well, it's back in the chat. So maybe it moved over it. So.
Well, thank you for saving my ass so CJ doesn't have to fire me tonight.
No problem.
All right. Okay. Pickles Barbecue wants to know, what is the most interesting thing you cooked up in the Navy? I'm guessing it's tough to get good ingredients.
It depended. Like I went on one deployment, and depending on where we were, we did get some like really good produce. Like we were by Turkey, and we got some like the best tomatoes we've ever had. So like we definitely do get some good stuff off of like fresh shipments and everything. It's just when we're out for a while and all that stuff starts to go away, and then we're left with just frozen stuff and canned stuff. But I would have to say, what was the best thing ever? I actually was in a grilled cheese competition that was like on base, and I did it with a shipmate of mine, and it was like a dessert grilled cheese. So we used like pound cake, whipped cream cheese, strawberries, and then we put like a graham cracker crust around the whole thing and just served that up. And so that was one of the more memorable things that I made in the Navy. We won best overall taste. I feel like the reason we didn't win first place is because the people who did served it with like champagne or something. And so I feel like they won because they served alcohol.
The bastards stacked the deck on you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. CJ, how many more you want me to do? I got one more I want to get to, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, go ahead. Do the one more. It's fine.
Okay. This is from Scott, the Backwoods Gourmet channel, who he's in the Jacksonville area right now, actually.
Oh, nice.
He says, well, this might be more of just a statement. He says, food in the galley sucks, all frozen or powdered after a few days at sea. Non-edible back in the 80s. May have gotten better these days. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm sure things have gotten a little bit better. I can't really say how it was back in the day. I mean, it's kind of accurate if you're out to sea for a long time. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of frozen chicken and rice. But as a cook on the ship, I ate whatever I wanted. I didn't have to stick to that. That was one of the benefits of the job. Everyone else is eating chicken and rice, and we're making egg sandwiches and homemade pizzas and stuff, and everyone get pissed at us. But
yeah,
choose your rate, choose your fate is what we would say.
I love it.
yeah. All right, back to you.
Thank you. Melanie put in the chat SOS in the Navy. Are you a fan of SOS?
I don't know.
You notice it's shit on a shingle. It's chip beef.
Oh yeah. We the only time we really got to make that it was canned, so it just was. I've had like my grandma used to make it and it was awesome.
Right.
But yeah, the Navy stuff's not very good.
All right, cheers. How you doing over there, Dutch? We got quite a few super shots to start the show, man.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure I'm caught up with everybody other than that big red button up top.
Yep. Well, we're still waiting for the topless shot. So.
And no. I cannot afford to pay for everybody's therapy.
Yeah, I get it.
Maybe if I do this, I'll do it.
All right, cool. All right, so Ray from Newcomb Barbecue, what's up, Ray? Johnny Vito a Grill, how you doing, brother? Laura from Cypress Blue, how you guys doing? Thank you guys all for being here. I know it's a little bit odd being on a different channel, but it's the same players in the game, so it's a good time. So make sure you guys also hit that thumbs up, please, and hit up our show sponsor. It's important that we support those who support us. All right. So we got 53 watching right now. We're doing great. It's good stuff, guys. So make sure we have 53 thumbs ups. Okay. All right. So what kind of got you started doing the YouTube game?
Yeah, it really started with the shutdown and the quarantine. I kind of slowly been working with a guy who's starting kind of like it's like Uber for chefs here in Chicago.
Okay.
And just to kind of help with everyone who was out of work, he was like, if you make instructional cooking videos, I'll pay you for them. And so I was making them just for that. And then I was like, you know what? I might as well be putting this on YouTube just to see what happens. And yeah, just kind of, it was fun to do. And I just kept with it.
Now, do you try to keep a steady schedule of posting, or is it just when you can fit it in?
It's changed. I try to do one every week, and I try to have it posted on Sundays. It doesn't always work out. My laptop that I have isn't really meant for processing a lot of files at once, and so sometimes it does take a long time just to upload all of my files from my cameras and then onto the software, and so sometimes it takes longer than I'd like to actually start editing and everything. But luckily, my lovely fiance helps me out a lot with that as well. So.
You bring her in the mix to get you.
Yeah, she's the one. She does a lot of my filming and editing. So, and she's like my camera crew, producer, editor. So
that's so cool, man. It's nice. We've talked about this in the past. If you don't have support to do this, you're not going to be successful. You got to have people in your corner, help you film, help you do whatever. My wife is helping me build the website. We got you need to have help to do this, especially if you want to do it long term. See it be some people use it as a hobby. Some people use it, to me, it's like a second job.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. So, all right, cool. All right. When I know you said this started because of COVID. How long has that been? Has it only been like 2 or 3 months? I'm so lost in my timing right now. 5 months?
They shut down the city in March.
Okay, so over 5 months now.
Yeah,
man. All right, well, hey, it's cool.
Yeah.
Do you find this is something you want to stick with and keep doing?
Yeah, I definitely would like to do it more. It's tough to find like that niche. That's what I think has been my biggest roadblock so far, of like finding that thing that sets me apart. And that's why I wanted to do the whole chef life thing of showing what it's like to really be a working chef.
Right.
The hours, just everything, trying to interview people like the service staff and the dishwashers and everything, because they're just such a huge part of everything that goes into the industry. And yeah, it's a lot, because even, your more successful food YouTubers, they do the YouTube full time. They're not full-time chefs or anything. So
right.
I felt to show that it bring a different perspective to a cooking show.
Well, I'd love to see like the behind the like more of it, like the behind the scenes of actually how a restaurant works, from like shit, even the dishwasher to the prep to the sous, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I would definitely tune in for more of that for sure. All right, before we get to the next question, we put another couple super shots in there. I got GT threw $20 in there. Brian from Mad Horse Barbecue put $20 in there. So cheers, fellas.
Fuck.
Chris said, "Skip, I'm tired of YouTube." Yep. I got to tell you, man, I didn't realize how much time I spend with YouTube until I got my new job where they actually expect me to work. Like the whole joke was working, CJ works. Well, now the new job expects me to really fucking work. So I never realized how much like I take for granted. Like on Thursdays, Dutch would call me during the day, we bullshit, whatever. Send pictures, just whatever, just have fun. I show up, 45 minutes early to chat here, whatever. Now it's like I'm, signing off. I'm still getting calls from the office right now, and like I took for granted how working really did, let me do so much more in the YouTube game.
Yeah.
I've actually started shooting all my videos at like 8 or 9 at night now. Just when I'm done working, everybody's upstairs. Dude, don't air quote that shit, man. This is for real. Anyway, I've been doing it at night just to get it done,
Yeah.
So, got to make that hay when the sun shines. That's right. Comparison Cooking, Kevin, he knows I work in the mortgage industry, and for some reason, it is balls to the wall right now. And I mean, the rates are low. I know that's the reason, but it's just insane going on right now. So, all right. Let's see here. What's one piece of advice to someone that wants to actually take their culinary journey to the school? Like, I'll tell you a personal example. My daughter is she's 14, she's a freshman in high school, but she thinks she wants to go to Cordon Bleu and learn that stuff. Like, what's your advice for going that route?
Be prepared to make a lot of sacrifices.
Really?
It depends on what you want to do. If you're looking to get in the Michelin world, it's tough. It's really hard. Right. You got to have that mindset. You got to have thick skin. They're going to come down hard on you because a lot of those places, it's perfection or nothing. Right. So it's difficult. But it's also really rewarding. I met some of the coolest people ever working in restaurants. That's how I fell in love with cooking. Really was cooking in high school in restaurants and kind of just being in the shits with everyone and just kind of, It's a pain in the ass while you're doing it, but then, you get off and everyone's just having a laugh about it. And so you just meet a lot of really cool, interesting people from all walks of life, and it's fun, but it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of your nights, weekends, holidays. It's tough to keep a social life because you're going to be off on Mondays and Tuesdays while everyone has the weekend off. And so, Right.
I gotta read a comment from the chat, and I'm sorry, Dutch. I'm jumping in. You can flip that pin all you want. It's fucking hilarious.
Hey, this is a Grumpus on fire pin.
He has his own pins.
1 of 5 sent to me specifically for
pin flipping.
Pin flipping in the chat.
All right. So Joe, when I just said the industry's balls to the wall right now, he said, I tried placing my balls on a wall one time, but my gut got in the way. Hashtag fat boy problems. Hashtag fat boy problems. There you go.
Guilty.
Jay asked if I could help him get a house. I can hook you up with somebody that can help you get a house. I work in the operations side. We handle all the money. We don't handle actually selling the loans, but reach out. I'll hook you up, man. We'll get you someone that can help you out for sure. Let's see here. Who else? I thought I saw something else jump to mind. Anyway, what's your best? What happened now? What I miss?
Russell. You want to read comments? Read Russell's towards Joe.
Joe, how many mirrors do you need to see the numbers on the scale? Ooh, that's fucked up. Hey, what's your name? That's funny. All right, so talk about two things about the industry. One good thing that or the best thing to happen to you as a chef, and the worst thing that's happened to you as a chef.
Let's see. I'll start with the worst thing. There's been a few, but I was working in a really, really nice restaurant here in Chicago, and I had to make this parsnip soup, and it took me a really long time to like really get it right, and I had to have at least like 9 quarts for service every night. And somehow this one time, I don't know how this happened, but I had like maybe 12 quarts, and between the time I made it and when service was about to start, it spoiled.
Really?
Yeah. And so to have to face the chefs right before service when I didn't have a product was,
oh man,
it was pretty brutal. They weren't as terrible towards me as I thought they were going to be, but I mean, I was hard enough on myself. Like that was pretty bad.
All right.
That was a tough one. Probably the best thing, honestly, since I've left, I worked for another restaurant. It's a diner style restaurant, and since I've left, I still have some of my like line cooks kind of reach out to me and kind of tell me they miss me, and like they ask me for advice, and I just appreciate that I was able to like to make an impact on them and kind of change how they viewed certain things or help them along their path and their culinary journey. So
right on.
I'd say that's probably the best thing that's happened. To actually be a chef and a leader in a kitchen is a hard thing to do, and so to succeed at it, kind of.
Well, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
This is a question I need you to be honest on, because this has actually been rattling around my mind for pretty much since I started YouTube cooking and all that.
I've never spit anyone's food.
You never spit anybody's food, no. Yeah, and you've been on the YouTube side too. So, how do real chefs such as yourself with a culinary background, and have the schooling and all that stuff, how do you guys feel about YouTube chefs? Like or like cooks like us? Like,
yeah, I mean,
I consider myself a cook. Like, I know how to cook. I could cook a lot of meals. I'm not a chef.
Yeah,
a lot of these guys could be, Dutch is a pit master. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Not a chef, So
I mean, good skill is good skill. Like regardless of like culinary school doesn't really mean that much. I went just because I knew I didn't have to pay for it, and I was like, well, I might as well. Have that, and I got a lot of really good connections out of it, so it was really great to go. But it's not completely necessary. You can just jump right in the industry and learn what you need to learn.
Right.
But excuse me, I mean, I watch like binging with Babbitt, Joshua Wiseman. I mean, they make such good stuff, and a lot of times they do stuff that I've never done before. Like Joshua Wiseman and all of his bread and everything. Like I'm not a baker or anything, so like. Like I secretly like hate them. It's like, oh, they're so successful and they're doing so well, and like I can make that stuff, but they're great. They're
right.
So like I don't have any ill will towards them other than just being envious of their success on YouTube.
Right. Well, you look at someone like Babish or Andrew Ray. Like when I started following him, he had like 100,000 subscribers. Now he's 7.5 million or some shit like that.
It's crazy.
And it's just amazing how, but. If you watch from the beginning, like he did his really good stuff at the beginning, but you could tell when he started ramping up a team around him.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. I mean, good on him. I've actually reached out to him to try to get him on the hot seat.
Yeah.
And he has so many handlers around him now. It's
right. They're like celebrities almost. It's hard to get a hold of them, and so.
But I tell you what, man, I'd love to have that guy on this freaking show, man. Just to chat with him. He's an average dude, man. He's just a dude out there. And,
and he had such a cool idea for like, I don't know exactly when he started, but doing like all the movie food and like TV food. I was like, that's they make cookbooks about that, and it's like, why not just show someone actually do it? And so it was good on him for finding that niche. But
Yep, brilliant, man. He was brilliant. All right. Is there any specific like restaurant equipment that you would love to have in your own home that you don't have?
Either a combi oven or like a countertop chamber vac.
What's a countertop chamber like for sous vide and stuff like that?
So it's like because I have like a food saver that I use for sous videing and it works fine, but like those have just more settings and you can do more stuff with them. Like if you have liquids in there, or they just do more. They're a bigger piece of machinery, but they are very expensive. And then like the combi ovens can do everything. They have like the thermometer and you can set the temperature to whatever you're cooking, and they're self-cleaning and they're pretty awesome.
You got an unhappy puppy around you?
I do. Can you hear him? He's whining from the hallway. Baba. I don't know where my fiance are. It's probably because nobody's paying attention to him. Bubba, come here.
Oh,
come here.
You're the puppy.
He's not a puppy. He's like 7 and he's so whiny.
What kind of dogs are they?
Well, Bubba's my dog. I got him in Florida, and he's a boxer hound mix.
All right.
And then we have our other 2 are also mutts, and I don't know what they are. We were told that they were a certain mix, but they don't look like it at all, and so we're not sure what they are. But my dog Bubba has the most personality of a dog I've ever seen, and he's very passive aggressive for a dog. So
that's funny, man. All right, well, thank you for answering the question that's been rattling in my head about the real chefs looking at the YouTube game. But I don't know why that's just like hit me in the head, and it's been a while, but I think even before you were scheduled or I knew you or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I've always wondered about it, how people look at YouTube cooking, so. And
it could be different depending on how high up, you are as a chef, if.
Right. I'm sure Gordon Ramsay can talk to us, so.
Yeah, who knows? But
all right, cool. So is there, along the lines of, working in restaurants, is there a holy grail for you to work somewhere?
Well, my first holy grail was Alinea here in Chicago. Okay. That's kind of why I moved here. I was planning on leaving Florida, and I was like, well, if I'm going to go anywhere, I might as well try to go there. And so there was like a hurricane coming through. And so the country club was going to get shut down. And I was like, well, I'm going to go to Chicago to do this like interview, and, I'll be back at this time. And so, yeah, I went up there and I did the stage, and they offered me the job, and I was like, all right, I'm moving to Chicago. And so that was the holy grail. I had learned about Grant Achatz in culinary school, and I read his books and everything. And I was like, man, I got to go see what this is about. But now I would say, I don't know if you watch Chef's Table on Netflix, but Alex Atala from Brazil, that guy blows me away. I would love to. I don't speak Portuguese, which would be difficult to work at his restaurant, but he does some my
wife actually sent me like a little screenshot that she got, from a Netflix, email saying about Chef's Table. So
it's cool. The second season that has Alinea on it actually, and Alex Atala and a lot of other awesome chefs. That's probably my favorite season if you're going to watch any of them. But the last couple seasons haven't been that great. But the first like 3 seasons are really good. If you want to learn about some cool chefs, it's worth checking out.
Right on. Recently I got the masterclass thing, and I watched little Wolfgang Puck, so I obviously jumped on Aaron Franklin's thing. Those are pretty entertaining. They're giving up all the tools there. It's a pretty cool thing to watch. Yeah, but I love all the Netflix shows too. Like even like the one I can't remember the name of it, but with Jon Favreau and David Chang, I think it was.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. Chef, I think. Chef Show, I think it's called.
Yeah, Chef Show, something like that. Yeah,
something like that. That one's pretty good. I really like Somebody Feed Phil. I don't know if you ever watched that.
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it yet.
It's funny. It's good. He just goes because he's the writer for Everybody Loves Raymond, and he just goes around and just talks to chefs and eats food and It's funny. And it shows a lot of really cool places you could go once the world backs up. But
oh, very cool. All right. We're coming up on an hour right now.
mm-hmm.
So I just want to make sure you're still going strong. You still good to keep going?
I'm good.
All right, cool. All right, I'm going to give you over to Dutch, and then I'm going to interrupt Dutch at some point, and he's going to throw a pin in the air or whatever, but we got to do a giveaway for Uncle Steve Shake.
Well, let's do it now, damn it.
Well, then give me it's your channel. Give me a question. Oh, you weren't ready for that shit, were you? All right, guys, get ready.
All right, here you go.
Here you go. Pay attention.
And this will go on, what are you on, live chat or top chat, CJ?
Top chat.
I'm on live
Top chat. Top chat, I'll call it.
Okay.
Oh, the puppy. What's up, Pops?
Here you go. Who was my first official super shot?
Ooh, daddy like. All right, cool. Miss Mona's in the chat. How you doing, Miss Mona? Thank you. Cooking with Kirby. What's up, brother? I think I've seen a couple other people jump in there. Guys, make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up before we send it over to Kent. Steve was the first shot? No, it wasn't Steve. Mad Horse Barbecue said me. Is that right?
I believe it is. I can't scroll back that far.
I can't either. I do believe it's Mad Horse Barbecue. Put that first shot in there. So, Mad Horse Barbecue, you'll get yourself some Uncle Steve Shake. I'm relatively certain that Uncle Steve has your information, but if not, we will get it.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
For the giveaway. A 12-ounce competition pig powder and a 12-ounce competition cow powder from Uncle Steve.
I still haven't got the competition cow powder yet.
Oh, really? I got to tell you about it. This shit is killer.
Nice.
I'm just saying.
That's good to know. Thank you.
You know, it's kind of like the Gator Shake. You can just put it in your hand. Eat it right out of the bottle.
Good.
Good stuff, Maynard.
I'll have to try that stuff someday when Uncle Steve sends it to me. My brother-in-law Matty Ice, DJ iPad. DJ iPad won a Wagyu brisket on that group that I'm a part of. We get all the good meat, and he's gonna bring it over. So if Uncle Steve would send me some of that competition beef blend, we will put it on the Wagyu brisket and we will put it in the video.
Competition cow powder.
Whatever.
Let's get the name.
I don't have it, so I don't know what it's called. All right.
Well, screenshot it then.
No, you screenshot this. All right.
My camera doesn't focus that small.
Yeah, it does. It does. I got proof.
Someday, I'm going to drive out to California and just smack you. I swear to God.
I got some advice. Bring friends. That's all I got to say about that.
Oh no.
Miss Booger's in the chat. So dizzy seeing CJ on the right. Yeah, it's tripping me out. I don't know if we could do this again. What's up, Mike? The Dude's Kitchen and Grill. How you doing, brother? What? Are you ready to actually start working? It's your channel and all. Whatever. Yeah. I know you got a shit ton of
1, 2, 3.
Nice. I know you got a shit ton of questions.
Yeah, about a dozen of them.
I was gonna say I could retire. Cooking with Kirby. Congrats on the monetization, brother. Here you go. Cheers, Kirby.
Well, I'm doing the Uncle Steve first.
Oh, we got to take your shirt off.
No, I don't.
That was the rule.
You made the rule on the wrong channel.
Oh shit. That's my bad, Steve. It's funny.
Just giving me a hangover. Watch you take all the shots.
Dude, he's Iron Gut. That's what we call Kent. Kent Iron Gut Vandyweir. He. Dude.
Callie, I got one for you and one for Kirby coming up yet, if I'm still standing.
I don't know. Josh and Bethany are in the chat. I don't know if they heard you at the beginning of the show, but you want to show off your stickers or whatever.
Oh yeah. They weren't here. I wanted to thank Bethany. Well, actually, Josh, because Josh wrote me a note along with it. This one's going on the wall. The other one's already on the barbecue trailer.
There you go. There you go.
YouTube's cooking couple. How sweet.
The cooking couple who should change their name back to Josh and Babe.
Exactly.
Miss Mona said, shirt off. Is it my birthday?
Mona.
See. Daddy Dutch Barbecue is Crown sponsoring you. If not, they're missing out. Yep, that's true. Dutch froze up yet again. The damn Iowa internet. Man. All right. Nope. Maybe. Almost.
On there.
Almost. All right. Well, until he jumps back in. What's the favorite thing for you to cook, man? I know you got to have one thing you're just exceptional at and everybody loves it. What is that?
Yeah, that's tough. I don't feel like I have that like one specialty. I've been really into Asian cooking and like making noodles.
Okay.
I have a video where I did like slap noodles and did like bang bang noodles because it's like such an awesome dish and it was just fun to make. I love making pasta and noodles, anything where I kind of just have to use my hands.
Oh, right on.
And it's a lot of fun to like. It's a process, but it's fun.
That's one thing I really want to do is learn how to make pasta by hand. I know it's not hard, but
it's not hard. It's pretty easy. It's just like I've read a few books, and like one of them was saying that like when it comes to eggs, it's like as much flour as one egg can handle, and like that's a decent pasta dough.
Right on.
So it's just like making sure it's like staying hydrated and letting it rest, and then you don't even need a pasta roller. You can just roll it with a rolling pin and cut it with whatever you have, and
yeah. Right on. Is there I'm sure your knife skills are, pretty freaking on par, but did it take a long time to get to where you wanted to be with, the chopping and slicing, dicing, all that good stuff?
Definitely does take some time. In the beginning, you're kind of using kind of shit knives or whatever you can kind of get your hands on. And I already kind of knew how to like dice things well enough just from working in kitchens through high school and everything. But then when I got to culinary school and they like really showed me how to do it and everything and how to like hold a knife properly and all that stuff. And then, you get to some restaurants and it's like, you have to learn quickly because you have to go fast. You don't have time to figure it out. And, I have plenty of scars on my hands from mistakes and things like that. But yeah, I mean, it's just practice and you get used to it, and keeping your knives, a sharp knife is the key to good knife cuts. If you don't have a sharp knife, it's going to take you forever and they're going to be terrible. So it's kind of.
Do you have a particular way of sharpening your knives that's, your tried and true method?
Lately, I mean, you got to have really good stones. Wet stones are the way to go. I don't like the ones that you kind of like pull through. I think those they're not good for your knife anyways. It kind of starts curving your edge. So I wouldn't recommend using those if you have a nice knife. Right. But lately my roommate loves sharpening knives. And so I haven't had to do it in a while because he'll have a day off and he'll just spend the day sharpening knives. So
that's cool.
Yeah. It's just having a good whetstone, a few different grit, sizes, and just kind of,
you have a favorite knife that you got to use, you have to use every time you're cooking?
Not every time. I do have, let's see if I can find it. That's my paring knife. Hang on, I'm going to get it.
I don't know how Kent got booted from his own show, but he's gone.
So this is my like utility knife.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this thing. It works really well for like kind of slicing anything. But if I have a lot of work to do, I'll use an actual chef's knife. But utility knives are just really nice for like quick projects. I debone fish with that, chicken. Just a good knife overall.
Right on. Is there a complicated dish that you just hate making, but you know how to make? Anything out there like that?
Well, I used to, when I did work at Alinea, I was in charge of making I don't know if you know anything about Alinea, but they have an edible balloon that you can eat.
Oh, right on.
And it's part of their dessert. And I had to make the strings, which are made out of apples. And it was a very, very long process to get these right. And they had to be perfect because it was like, it's one of their most iconic dishes that they have. And it took me a long time to get it right. And it was a painful process, but I felt really good once I started getting them right. And then I had to train someone and they did not do as well. And so it kind of made me feel good that I was the one that could crush it.
Very cool. Very cool. We were talking about, where you've cooked and everything. I am a big fan of Vegas. Have you ever thought about going out there and working in them big old kitchens?
I have not. I've actually never even been to Vegas. That's like, I know it's on my bucket list. I need to go out there, but I know that they have really good food out in Vegas. There's a lot of really talented chefs out there. I've never been. I mean, I'm sure the money's pretty good if I were to go out there.
Right.
But
there's a reason I can't live there, because any money I'd make would go straight to the freaking casinos for sure. But it's funny is Josh could attest to this. Him and Bethany, meet us out there quite a bit with my wife, and we'll have dinners at the fancy restaurants or the fancy steakhouses.
Yeah.
And Bethany and my wife will be like, we just paid $400 for a steak or whatever. She's like, you guys could have done this so much better in your backyards, on your kettle, whatever. So
yeah, it's kind of tough when I do like steak, but it's not one of my if I'm going to go to a really nice restaurant, that's not what I want, because anyone can, it's not that hard to make a good steak.
Right.
You just need a ripping hot cast iron and some salt and you're pretty good to go.
Right.
And so I usually don't go for that too often just because of that. They charge so much for these really nice cuts of meat, but that's kind of all you get. And it's not, it's like you said, you could do that.
Right.
Like, why am I paying this much? If I go somewhere to eat that I know I'm dropping some serious cash at, I want them to be able to do things that there's no way I could do it.
Right. Right. We actually found a place that is not a steakhouse, but it's a nicer joint. It's in the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas, and it was kind of almost tapas style, but just interesting little bites, and it was really good. And to me, that was money better spent than going to the fancy steakhouse there,
Yeah, for
so
sure.
This is my opinion on that stuff. Like, I'm kind of, I'll get a steak or pretty much wherever we go, but I'm kind of to the point where I want to get away from getting steaks. I want to try their real dishes on their things and not just, whatever they burn under the salamander, so.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. I see you drinking a beer there.
Yeah.
Is there a go-to drink for you?
I usually do beer, wine. We keep our house pretty much stacked with Miller High Life or PBR for the most part. So
I haven't had a Miller High Life in so long, and I love that shit, dude.
I mean, it's just, it's champagne, right?
Yeah, the champagne of beers, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I think I'm gonna grab some this weekend.
They're good, man. I used to be. I don't want to say I used to be a beer snob, but I do enjoy good beer. In college, I never got on board with drinking Keystone or
Natty Ice.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. It would just. Yeah, but Miller High Life is actually pretty good for being a cheap beer like PBR, and then you just put maybe some lime and salt in there, and you're good to go. Poor man's
Keith Betek says he's drinking Miller right now. There you go. Dead Broke Barbecue is a big Corona fan. Man, that's cool, man. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got here? I don't know what happened to Dutch.
I know, right? He just said, "Screw it." He's not.
His Wi-Fi is probably acting up on him.
Yeah.
Dos Equis, yes. And I've talked about this before too. Freaking Dos Equis got me with their advertising. I had never had Dos Equis ever, and then that dude started showing up with the beard and most interesting man. I started drinking that shit. I want to be interesting too,
Right? Yeah. I mean, that was a good ad campaign for sure. That made you want to drink that. That's I want to be. I could be interesting like him, for sure.
That's funny. Mad Horse Barbecue said he got Kent got booted for timing him out too many times. Yep, that's true. See here. Sweet Lou Calamides is in the chat. What's up, brother? How you doing? All right, guys. I don't know. You know, the funny thing is we can't stop the show. It's not on my channel, and Kent isn't here, so we're going all night long.
I got nowhere to be. So
seriously, I'm like, I don't know where to end this thing. All right, so guys, if you have more questions that Kent wrote down for you, try to remember them and put them back in the chat for me, and I'll read them off. Let's see here. If you were offered a Netflix deal, what would you most likely focus on?
It'd probably be traveling, like
right on,
and just going to try. I love, like, my true dream job would just be traveling. That was like one of my main reasons I wanted to join the Navy in the first place, just because I wanted to go travel and see the world, and just being able to eat all the great food that's available out there. Like, I wouldn't be able to stop.
Yeah. For me, actually, I like this question. I wrote down another one. Brandon Denton says, what culinary school from the Navy do you still use? Or if you have one.
Actually, guacamole. I learned how to make guacamole in the Navy, and I haven't gone back since. That's the one thing that I really took from it, was making guacamole.
That's cool with me right there. All right. Are there any dive restaurants, bars around you that you guys like to go to?
Oh yeah. There used to be a really great one down the street, and the bar is still there, but the chef who was there isn't there anymore, and he had the best burger that I've ever had. Like, it was just a really small bar menu, but it was like a really awesome burger, homemade chicken nuggets. He did like a different dumpling every week, like barbecue dumplings and just like burger dumplings, like all this just really awesome food. And we'd go there every Sunday after we'd all get off work, and we'd go there. And then he left, and it was just such a bummer.
That's too bad.
But
were you able to kind of replicate his recipes?
No, we actually found out where he went to a different restaurant, and he does have a burger there, but it's not the same, unfortunately. But
that's too bad.
It is really good, though.
All right, Barton Barbecue Smoke Works. Your noodle video is outperforming everything in your thing. Do you know what you did that made it so popular?
Yeah, I did paid promotions for those, like YouTube ads and stuff like that.
Right.
I thought that would be a good one, so I was trying to like really advertise that one. And so and I got a lot of views from it, which was good.
Right. Well, that's you're talking about niching and where you need to be. Mm-hmm. Maybe the Asian cuisine is a good way for you to go. We've talked about it tons of times in the past about niching down. I started the barbecue channel just because I ended up niching down so much with that Foodie grill and the Foodie, the air fryer stuff, mm-hmm. that it took over my channel, and now it's the moneymaker. So there's no anytime I put like a barbecue video on my main channel, it just would die. Yeah. So this that's kind of why I had to do it. Alton, if I missed your question, man, sorry, brother. He said, I'm ignoring you. I'm not trying to ignore you. When Kent isn't here, it shows me how much I miss Kent when he's not here, because it's trying to do both, paying attention to the chat. And one shout out I want to give is Mike from the Dude's Kitchen hit 1,000 subscribers. So great job, Mike. I am Foodie Noodles. I've actually done something like that, I believe, Grumpus. My barbecue channel is like 830, so we're almost to 1,000 on that one. So that'll be good. Anderson Smoke Show. What's up, brother? All right. I saw this question earlier, and I'm surprised Dutch didn't ask it. All right. So, White Sox or Cubs?
Tigers.
Go Tiger. All right.
I'm from Michigan. I'm Detroit all the way.
All right. How are you liking these modified? They're not modified games, but there's no one there. Have you got any of them?
I mean, I don't have cable here, so I don't pick up much of the Tigers games, especially like Cubs games are on and everything. And I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's actually kind of interesting to kind of watch the players a little bit more. It's almost like they enjoy it more. Like, I don't know. I saw them like kind of goofing around a little bit more, as if it was just like a scrimmage kind of thing.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. It reminded me of like a scrimmage.
Scrimmage. So it's kind of cool to kind of see them playing just to play almost. But
and you could hear them talking too. That's
I'm sure it's probably kind of fun for them to not have to worry about who's watching in the stands, kind of thing. I don't know.
Well, I caught one the other day, and it, they put it on delay for a reason, but it was announcers talking, nothing. Get back up in there because a manager was yelling like, "Get the fuck, do this, whatever." Like they shut down the sound. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Any more questions? Make sure you guys throw them in the chat for me. I'm going to start going into my fun questions. So hold on real quick. CJ, will Alex join any Food Network comps since you're a legit chef? I wanted to do it and have a sick resume. I just wrote the Cheever King on it and sent it. Nice. Have you ever applied for any of those Food Network deals or shows or anything?
No, I haven't. I've almost like pulled the trigger a couple times. I definitely would like to. I would like to be on Chopped. Like I feel like that would be fun.
Right.
But then a lot of times I watch it and I'm just like, oh, these guys are like, I'll see the mystery stuff and I'm like, I have no idea what I would make with that. And it's kind of
really, I do. I watch that show all the time and I think about it too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would do this, I would do that, and then I'd probably forget that.
Sometimes I can definitely, I'm like, oh yeah, I would do this, or like, oh yeah, I definitely would have done that and stuff like that. But there's some stuff on there where it's like, there was one time it was like watermelon sherbet. And I was like, what the hell are you going to do with that? And so but
I dig it for sure.
Yeah, it's a cool show. I definitely enjoy most of them, but.
Right on. All right. Couple more questions that are sent to me. Do you know Abe Froman, Sausage King of Chicago?
I do not.
All right, cool. Do you even know the reference?
It sounds really familiar.
It's from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Abe Froman, yep.
That's right.
What ship were you on in the Navy?
The USS Philippine Sea, CG-58.
All right.
Missile guided cruiser.
All right. Cool. Do you have any food or knife tattoos?
I actually don't. I have quite a few tattoos, but I have not gotten any chef related tattoos.
Right on. What would you cook or create for your favorite sports team?
Now I'm just thinking like logistically of what could I cook for a whole sports team, but
right. What the hell happened to Kent?
He needs to call his internet provider.
Dude, seriously. All right.
I'm not sure what I would cook for. I'd probably do something pretty easy or something really hearty. I would think they'd want like chili or something like.
All right. Would you recommend a young person growing up become a chef as a career?
That's tough too. It's like, yes, because it can be very fulfilling and it's really fun, but it's a lot of hard work. It's there's not a lot of money in it, depending on where you go. But depending on what you're willing to put into it, it can be extremely rewarding. But it's tough. Like it's not an easy career path.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, when my daughter decides to go to Cordon Bleu, I might have her give you a call. Like,
That's fine.
talk
I
about
would recommend looking for a cheaper option as far as schools go. Don't shell out for a high-end cooking school. I went to like a community college for cooking school, and it was fantastic. I learned so much, and it was a cheaper school. And you learn the same stuff pretty much anywhere you go. They're going to teach you how to cut stocks, sauces, basic mother sauces, French sauces, and so they're going to teach you that at any cooking school. So
right on. All right. Do you have any plans to open your own restaurant if the company ever gets, or the country ever gets back to normal?
I had been planning that was always kind of my dream, to open a restaurant, and I've been kind of fiddling with the idea. I've kind of thought of a few different concepts here and there. But since I don't feel like I have like a true specialty yet, I wouldn't think that I would until I get that. And so
Makes sense.
In time.
Makes sense for sure. Do you have a most requested dish that people ask you to make?
Like I said, my family used to request my ribs all the time. But I wouldn't say that I have, between like my friends here in Chicago, I wouldn't say that I have like a go-to request. Just kind of, we usually just throw stuff together, whatever we can kind of find in the fridge, and we'll kind of.
Sometimes that's just the best. That's the best thing to do right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's really the true test of a chef, is just like looking in the fridge to see what you can throw together.
Making something out of nothing, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Miss Booger's going to bed. Good night. Have you ever thought about doing a food truck? I know those are big popular things right now.
I did not a food truck. I had thought, it was like last winter, and I was like, I was making staff meal at the restaurant that I worked at. I made this like really awesome stew. It was really good, and everyone loved it. And I was like, that would probably really sell if you just had like a small cart with like 2 soup options served with like a nice chunk of like fresh bread.
Right.
And, just have that during the winter time, and then like summertime, you could offer curry and like a gazpacho.
Right.
And just move it around, kind of the carts you see on like attached to the bikes, and just kind of ride around. And a soup cart, that was like the closest I ever came to wanting to open a food truck, was something like that.
That's cool.
I think I would just sell just like good soup. People like go crazy for like some good soup. It's like, it's nostalgic for the most part.
Oh, dude, I love a great soup, man. My grandmother taught me a recipe. It's chipina. It's a bouillabaisse, seafood bouillabaisse type thing. It's big in like Italian San Francisco area. And to me, that with some crusty bread, dipping and slurping and all that stuff, man, it's just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry. Start dreaming about grandma's food.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
All right. We kind of went over this earlier, but let's talk about it again. The theme of your channel, is it fancy food, bar food, everybody can make, tips and tricks, a little everything?
A little everything. I do my best to kind of tell a story about the food. It's not just like, oh, look, there's this food. Here it is. Here's the recipe. It's more of like I just put out, last week, I was on the East Coast with my fiance, because that's where she's from. And I was like, oh, well, I got to do something East Coast related. And most of her family is from Boston. And so I was like, well, I'm going to make Boston cream pie. And in doing so, I was like searching for recipes and like getting the history on like where it comes from and all this stuff. And I didn't know it came from like the original Omni Hotel, Parker House. And and so to kind of like educate people on cooking, and not to like really learn where the food comes from, because like all food has a history and a story behind of like why it's popular today. And so it's kind of fun to learn those things. And so I'm trying to, aim my channel towards doing stuff like that, and more educational about the food and about the industry is really where I'm trying to go. Right now, it's kind of just all over the place. Whatever I feel like cooking, that's what I do. But
right on. I think when I read cookbooks or whatever, my wife is big on getting me stuff from Bourdain or Guy Fieri, whatever. Just people we watch or know, Ramsey, whatever. I actually like reading the cookbook, not just try to find a recipe.
Yeah, for sure.
Know the whole story behind everything, and that's a big deal to me.
There's a lot of good cookbooks like that. Some cookbooks are kind of stink when it's like just recipes, and it's like,
Right.
oh, I'm not like learning everything. It's just kind of regurgitating these recipes. But there is a lot of good stuff out there. And the one book that I would really recommend for any new chef is reading Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidentials.
Yep.
Like I read it kind of like, I don't want to say late in my career, because I'm not really like late in my career, but like I just read it like last year, and I was kind of like blown away by just his life and everything. And it was, obviously very unfortunate that he passed, but yeah, that's a really good book for any starting chef, because he really does tell it like it is.
Yep. Yeah, I loved watching anything and everything he would do. Travel Channel, Food Network, any of that shit. Like I just ate it up, man.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Uncle Steve's talking about the competition cow powder. Steve, did you send me some of that stuff? I want to get some because we're doing a big brisket next week, probably. So if you can get me some, I'd love to get some of that, and we'll do a video with it. Someone asked, what's your favorite or go-to dumpling that you like to make? You say you do quite a few dumplings.
Probably just a pretty like basic pork dumpling.
Okay.
Nothing
crazy, nothing fancy.
Yeah.
Do you ever get out and do some barbecue and grilling and stuff like that? Do you have?
Yeah, I have a pretty decent charcoal grill, and every so often we'll do some stuff up. It wasn't this last 4th of July, but the year before, 2019, my roommate and I, we went all out, and we did 2 beer can chickens. We did ribs. We did, what else did we do? I made homemade brats, stuffed them myself and everything. And just,
that's so cool, man.
Just balls of the wall, just awesome food, and everything came out just fire. It was just really good stuff, and it was fun just being on the grill all day. And it was a lot of work, but it was we made way too much food for the amount of people that we had, but it was fun, and the food was just really good. So
dude, that's the best part right there. Just cooking, grilling, drinking all day, having a good time.
Oh yeah,
stuffing your faces, enjoying life, not worried about anything. That's just my favorite part. We've talked about when all the COVID shit goes away, we're having a big rager here, and we're going to get all 6 smokers going, grills going, whatever. We are going to just have a blast, get obliterated, end up in the pool, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna enjoy life. Pickles asked, are you aware of any of the food truck guidelines or rules that you have to go with, or is it just kind of something that fleeted in your mind?
As far as the city regulations for it?
Yeah, your regulations for Chicago.
It's from what I've read up on it, it's pretty tough actually. According to the city websites, they make it seem like it's not a big deal. But when I was looking from firsthand accounts from people who sell food on the street, because there is a lot of just push carts and stuff of people. There's a guy that was very famous around my neighborhood where I live. He's called the Tamale Guy, because he would just have a few coolers on a cart, and he would go into all the bars and just sell tamales, and they were really, really good. And he finally opened up a brick and mortar spot. Last I heard, unfortunately, he did get COVID, and I did read he was recovering though in the hospital. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah, but I have heard it's very difficult to actually sell food on the street here in Chicago. You need to have a proper kitchen that you're cooking out of, and there's a bunch of regulations that go behind it. And so I think it is kind of tricky, but there's plenty of food trucks and food vendors here in Chicago, so it's not impossible.
Yeah, right on. All right. This was from Miss Mona. What would you cook for someone that's seasick? Is that I would think if
I mean, they're
seasick, they're not going to want to eat.
Probably not. Probably rice. Something that's just kind of just something that's probably not going to be terrible coming back up with.
Yeah.
All right.
I saw a question earlier. I don't know if I'm going to phrase it right, but a lot of people want to know about your time in the Navy and cooking on the ships and all that stuff. Say you got a little long in your deployment out on the sea, and food was getting a little, less available or less exotic.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything that you were good at making with the last bit of everything before you got home?
Well, actually, we were able to take on like shipments and stuff at sea.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, so they would like it was quite the operation to have. You basically have like two ships, kind of like going side by side, and you can't see
Right.
that. And then you would just send stuff back and forth. It was kind of crazy, but I would do my best because I know it really sucked to like not have good food for the most part.
Right.
And I would do my best to like whatever it was that, because in the Navy it's a cycle menu, so we just each day is something specific.
Right.
And I would, some days were just impossible. We'd have pork chops sometimes, and they were just the worst pork chops ever. I don't care what I did to them. I would soak them into straight vinegar, and they were bricks every time I cooked them. And so it's just like brutal. And I did my best, and everyone appreciated that I did my best, but there's so many people on the ship that just didn't care, that just were so angry that they weren't getting enough food or it wasn't good enough. And we weren't the most appreciated on the ship sometimes, and so it was kind of tough. I always wanted to be like, whenever somebody would ask for seconds or be like, "Oh, I'm hungry, I need a lot of food," I'd be like, "It's not my job to make you full. It's just to make sure you don't die. So just take your food and leave." So, but yeah, I mean, there's a handful usually of like Navy cooks that really care about cooking, and we did our best to do what we could to make the morale better with part of the food.
For sure. All right, so you left the Navy in 2017. Is that what you said?
No, I got in 2014.
14. All right. Someone asked when you left the Navy. So, all right. Are your favorite beans Navy beans?
They are not. Probably black beans, honestly. I love black beans.
Yeah, me too. See here. Could you supplement? Thanks, Steve. Could you supplement the menu by fishing over the side of the
They did have times where we could fish over the side. Like they did do their best to have fun activities for us, and fishing was one of them. But I don't believe I saw anyone catch anything, and I don't think we could have used that as a proper mean. I mean, you're up pretty high from the water, being on the ship, so like to have a proper line that's really going to reel in a massive fish from the ocean, it probably would be pretty tough. But
yeah, I'm sure. That's funny, man. Excuse me. All right. Let's see. You guys have any more questions? Yeah, throw them in the chat. Someone asked, do they have Chinese takeout in the Navy?
If you're in port, we actually could get takeout. Like you could have people deliver stuff to the ship.
All right. So we actually have a friend, that's usually in the chat, not in at night, but his channel is Never Trust a Skinny Chef. Now you look relatively thin. How do you feel about that?
I feel like that's a more old school mentality of like, the fat chef, because that's all they do.
Right.
They're just always tasting stuff. But I feel like it's not, I mean, for the most part, like when I'm working in certain kitchens, like you're going to lose weight. Like when I started working at Alinea, I lost like 20 pounds because you're stressed, you're running everywhere, and it's constant. And so I wouldn't say that a skinny chef, depending on where they're at, that's usually a better thing, because they're working really hard. They're the ones who are going around and doing everything.
Yeah. All right. Russ from Smoky Ribs Barbecue, who said he actually subscribed to you tonight, so he's looking forward to watching your videos.
Well, thank you.
He said, were you ever in a war situation or any kind of escalations or whatever?
No, not really. We had, I think the closest we ever came was we were, and I don't think I can get in trouble for saying this, but I'll not say things specifically. We were around certain countries where certain bad people were, and we were armed up to send in a missile strike at one point, but they ended up doing a airstrike instead, and so that was about the closest to action I ever came. But I was just a cook anyway, so it didn't really matter. Would have been in the galley cooking. So, but no, I never had any issue, or I never had anything where it was like being attacked or anything like that.
All right, well, that's fortunate for sure. Let's see here. Charlie put in there Pickles Barbecue. Have you ever butchered or slaughtered your own proteins?
Like a live chicken?
Yeah, live chicken. Have you butchered a pig? Anything like that?
I have not. I would like to. I when I was in the Navy, I read a book. It was a guy who opened a butcher shop in like upstate New York, and he talked about like the importance of getting like really good quality meat and how to butcher things. And he has a whole chapter of like butchering a lamb and doing like a whole cookout in your backyard with the whole lamb. And I was, ever since I read that, I'm like, oh, I'd love to do that.
Yeah. But Kent recently did a whole hog, and I know Leprechaun TV did too. I would love to be a part of that one of these days. You know, do a whole hog cook, whether it's freaking Hawaii or here. Like I've always wanted to be a part of that and be able to pick at it. Try little bits here and there. I think that'd be a good time for me.
Yeah.
All right. Someone questioned, is there anything that you will not cook?
No, I mean, there's nothing. I don't have any like food allergies or anything. There's nothing that I feel is, what's the word? Like
off-putting for you.
Off-putting or like inhumane to be like, I'm not going to cook that kind of stuff. And yeah.
Well, a lot of people are, make fun of our friend Chris in the chat for cilantro. Not a big fan of cilantro.
I mean, it's one way or the other. Either you like cilantro or you don't, and I don't fully understand. I love cilantro.
Right. What about like the most exotic thing you ever cooked?
The most exotic.
You're all peanut butter and jelly. No.
Yeah, right. I don't know if I've had any. I can't think of anything specifically that was like very exotic.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. Nothing that I can think of that like really stood out that was extremely exotic. So I don't.
Someone said, "I love cannabis, aka cilantro."
That's fair. I got here.
You put your weed in your refrigerator?
Got a whole bunch of butter. Cilantro butter.
Cilantro butter. I love it. That's funny. All right, Russ. I see you, buddy. I'll send you an address for sure. Thank you. That's awesome, man. I love those hats. See here. Skinner Farms says he's done whole hogs on his channel. If you or Pickles have any questions, let them know. I'd love you to be a part of it. Yeah, we'll check it out, Skinner Farms. Appreciate that, man. I think it's I just anytime you're cooking, full on, I don't say animal, but like you're getting primitive, you're getting it over fire. To me, that's exciting stuff right there. So anyway, all right, guys, any more questions? Throw them in the chat. I feel like I got to keep going. Even
I don't know where.
I can't shut this stream down.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I got to plug my computer in because we're.
All right, go for it, man.
Just hang on.
All right. Go. All right, guys, keep working on some questions for me. I got my last little bit of questions that we got to ask, but I don't want to just sit here and Alex and I just stare at each other while everybody's watching. So.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so have you ever cooked on a Ninja Foodie grill? I know all about that shit. So.
I have not. I do love Ninja products though. Like I have the Ninja blender set and I have a Ninja coffee maker, and I swear by Ninja products. Like they're fantastic.
They asked for a couple of my my recipes, and in turn for sending them a couple of recipes that I've made in the Foodie, they sent me out the blender. Nice. Package where it has the food processor, the blender, the smoothie attachment or whatever. It's great, man. And it's so technologically advanced. Like it's touch screen and smart. It knows when to stop grinding. It's pretty freaking cool.
I don't have that fancy of a blender. I got mine a couple years ago, but I mean they're just great. I mean, in professional kitchens, Vitamix, that's the Vitamix, that's what you'll see. But I swear by Ninja, because I've seen so many Vitamixes get ruined by like people leaving the settings on like high, and they'll just like strip the blade pretty much because people not using it correctly. And it's like, well, you can't even do that with a Ninja, because even if you have it on full blast and you turn it on, it's still gonna like slowly get up to that speed, and I think that's great. So
Yep. All right, Alden, I'm going to ask you a question, and we'll get Dutch back in here asking questions. What is your favorite YouTube channel to watch, and why?
I really like Corridor Crew. It's not even a cooking channel. They do like visual effects reviews and stuff, and I'm just kind of like a nerd like that. I like seeing how things are made, especially in like movies and everything, and they like review stuntmen, and they make their own videos that are really cool, and they make really fun, cool videos to watch. And they're on LA, but if I had to pick a favorite food channel to watch, it's probably it's My Name Is a Dong or a Nun. I can't remember how to say his name. He's a German guy in Berlin, and he makes really good stuff, and he's like a home cook, and he just like figures out how to make really cool stuff.
I'll have to check that out, man.
Yeah, he's an entertaining guy.
Very cool. All right, Kent, how's it going over there, buddy?
Yeah, you doing all right?
God, the internet all the way into the house went dark. I mean, nothing. iPad not working, Chromebook not working.
You have to pay your bills, Dutch.
Well, if I'd ever get a paycheck from CJ, I could. Damn it, Alex. You don't understand the slave labor contract I must have signed when I was drunk.
Dutch, I'm a chef. I completely understand that.
Are you ready to finish this thing up, Dutch? You got a couple questions we could ask and get out of here?
Well, I was able to get it on my phone because to listen to you guys while we were trying to figure this whole mess out.
Right on.
And you asked about 90% of them.
Well, that's
and
good.
I haven't. Cali to fly. How was my nap? I wish. I tell you what.
Matt's in the chat. What's up, Matt? How you doing, buddy?
Seriously, I come back and you fucking interrupt me. You son of a bitch.
I beg your pardon.
As well you should. Hi, Jeff. How are you? All right. Let's see. Did you ask Lewis's question from earlier? And it was, Alex, have you ever ate at the Weber restaurant in Chicago?
You know, I think I went there when I was a kid, way back when, just because my hometown is only about an hour and a half from Chicago. So I did grow up coming into the city pretty often. And I want to say I did go there when I was a kid, but I haven't been there since I moved back.
All right. Jay's Brappen Barbecue wanted to know, he asked, what kind of chef are you? Are you a head chef, sous chef, chef de cuisine? What are you?
All right. Right now I'm a home chef, but I have been a sous chef, and I've never been the head chef of anywhere. But yeah, I've been a sous chef, and I've been line cook. I've been commis, whole thing. Banquets.
Okay.
All that.
Let's see. How many of Pickle's questions did you ask, CJ?
I got through a couple of them. I don't know.
Good. He asked, who are the most pain in the neck chefs in Chicago? The well-known ones. Who's the biggest pain in the ass?
Well, I don't know. I've heard stories about a lot of different chefs. I don't know who's watching, so I don't know what to say.
Fair enough.
I'll just say that Chicago's most notorious, asshole chef was Charlie Trotter back in the day. I don't know if you know anything about him. He got in some serious legal trouble for not paying his staff because it was payment enough that you got to work for him. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he blew Chicago away with his food, and he was an amazing chef. But from everything I've read about him, he was not a good person to work for. But
Kent knows how that feels. He's privileged enough to work for me here. without
Boy,
pay.
howdy. Melanie Matson, you got that backwards there, darling.
Yeah, you do got that backwards. Kent's teaching me everything I know.
Well, not everything, but some.
Yeah.
So, Jake thinks Kent. Oh, shit. All right, hold on. We're back on. I got to have a shot.
What, you're giving away the cow for free? What the hell, man?
No, I still
I feel like
owe
you
Mad
still
Horse.
Somebody's shots.
I owe Mad Horse and somebody else a shot. Gary's second one, I think.
Right on.
And I'm
There
just
you go.
happy
Grab
the
another beer.
That's right.
internet's back up. So
You got a shot to celebrate the internet being back up.
I think I might have to call into work tomorrow.
I think you should too. Skinner Farms, is this the famous CJ? More like infamous, but yeah, I'm CJ.
Hey, Josh, how are you?
Josh said he had some videos of
Whole hog.
the whole hog. Yeah,
See, I got you.
I'm paying attention. I love it.
I was listening. So yeah, I got to look that up on his. I haven't seen that yet. So
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
all right, Chris from East Wind Farms wants to know. Yeah, Lep, I saw you, buddy. Did Alex go to boot camp at Great Lakes or Orlando?
Great Lakes. As far as I know, that's the only Navy boot camp left in the United States is Great Lakes. So I don't even know if Orlando's open. But yeah, Great Lakes.
All right.
You all right there?
Yeah. Scrolling. I'm not going to see a lot because everybody was posting them to you for a while. So
Yeah, I got through everyone that posted to me, I believe.
Can I answer another question? And I'll actually do it correctly. The Hungry Hussy asked if I've ever cooked bacon without a shirt on. Absolutely.
As you should.
yeah.
You should.
the Hungry Hussy, he's quite the guy there.
Dude, I want to see Hussy do a video making bacon with no shirt on.
You know what?
That's some good groceries right there, baby.
Hold on. It's not the exact same as his, but it's really close. And all he's got to do is put this on, his apron on,
Right.
no shirt, and just let her fly. Cook that bacon, brother.
Oh, man. I started yawning. That was my biggest mistake.
Oh,
It broke the seal.
I broke the seal with the yawns.
that happens.
Yep.
Let's see. Cali to fly. Alex, how do you make your brats and what do you like on them?
I usually just use like I don't remember the ratio for like meat to fat, but just, a good fatty like pork shoulder. Probably cure it for overnight and put in your basic brat seasoning, and then grilled onions and mushrooms are good. Mustard, never ketchup.
Never ketchup.
On
any of your hot dogs, right?
I do like ketchup on my hot dogs. I can't.
Really?
I do. I grew up eating ketchup on my hot dogs.
Well, hey, look at the time. We got to go now.
Oh, man. Everybody's entitled to their own way of eating things.
I don't see the big deal with it. I mean, I know if I would never go out, like if I went to Red Hot Ranch, which is like a hot dog place here in Chicago, or like Wiener Circle, any of those places, and ask for ketchup. I would never do that.
That sounds.
Let me tell you something, man.
That
I don't eat anything on my hot dogs except chili and cheese. No mustard, no ketchup, no mayo, no nothing. Chili and cheese.
Alex, did you say the Wiener Circle?
Yeah, it's
Wiener Schnitzel.
It's a really famous hot dog place here in Chicago, the Wiener Circle.
The Wiener Circle? I thought you said Wiener Schnitzel. I was like,
no, Wiener Circle.
Wiener Circle. All right.
Yeah, look it up.
God, who's the one been drinking all the shots? Me or you, CJ? I heard Wiener Circle, and I'm like, that'd be a hell of a name for a gay bar.
We got plenty of them here. We got a whole.
I know.
Whole neighborhood full of them. It's a good
CJ
time.
don't eat condiments. Damn right I don't. It's just bad for you.
What?
All
That's the
right.
best part of anything, condiments are the best.
It takes away from the flavor of the food.
I mean, it's a hot dog,
I got a question for you, Alex, from
All
Uncle Steve Jake. What club in Jacksonville did you work at?
TPC Sawgrass.
I think he's talking about the strip club.
No, that was before this.
Okay.
Oh, no, okay. My bad.
CJ eats ketchup on tamales. I
do
believe
not
that.
eat ketchup. I can't stand the smell of ketchup.
Oh, really? I love ketchup.
Now, if I make a sandwich for my wife and she wants mayo on it or mustard or whatever, it makes me physically gag.
You don't like mayo? Oh,
Don't like mayo. Don't like mustard. None of that shit.
Have you ever had Japanese mayo?
I have not, but we have some friends that in the chat right now, Josh and Bethany, they swear by that shit.
Oh, absolutely. That's the stuff. Kewpie mayo?
You know,
QP mail, yeah.
Stuff.
if you ask the hussy, it's Dukes or nothing.
Dukes is good. It's completely different. It's not even in the same category of flavor as like Hellman's or Dukes. It's its own category of flavor.
Dukes, baby. Q pie sucks. That's messed up.
Ugh,
Japanese mail is the bomb diggity. There you go, Russ. What did Dutch find over there?
What
Duke.
else?
I mean, Dukes is great. I'm not hating on Dukes, but
Dukes is that like more Midwestern? Like I don't see that shit out here.
No, actually, it's from what I understand, it's from the southeast.
Oh, really?
yeah, I never. I mean, it was kind of weird growing up. I was a Miracle Whip guy for the longest time, and then for some reason it switched. I don't even know how or why. It just like I used to hate the taste of like real mayonnaise, but then like all of a sudden I started hating Miracle Whip and loving mayonnaise, and then it just went from there. So
Yeah.
but
Melanie said you got to have onions on hot dogs. I would do grilled onions or like sautéed onions, but raw onions I'm just not a big fan of.
oh, I do. You gotta have them like diced, like a nice small dice on there, and yeah, that's the move for sure.
What
Now,
about you?
there's-
Grant?
Nothing better than some stone mustard and diced fresh onions on a dog.
Blech.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Blech. All right.
All right.
It's one of those things. We could all agree to disagree.
Yeah.
You guys eat horrible shit on your hot
We
dog.
can both agree that you're wrong.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Josh at Skinner Farms wants to know, Alex, what do you think is the best AP rub?
AP rub
Like all-purpose rub.
All-purpose rub.
for doing like meats and stuff for barbecue.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Let's say Lowry's. Just say Lowry.
Any
I've never used an all-purpose
God.
rub in my ribs, so I really don't know.
sick son of a bitch.
Get some Lowry's on that shit.
I've never, like, even when I was a kid making ribs, it was always just finding all the spices in the cabinet and just throwing them on there and hoping for the best.
I dig that.
I would. You know what? I would probably have to say this right here. Uncle Steve Shake Original.
The
Yeah.
original. That's your favorite all-purpose? To me lately, the Uncle Steve Sweet and Spicier has been my all-purpose on everything. I'm like, dude, I put it on some fucking French fries today.
Mm-hmm.
I love that shit. And we split a breakfast burrito today, and I put my half. I put the Sweet and Spicier on that shit too. Like I just think it's the bomb. I don't know if I'm just biased because I helped with it or whatever, but like that to me that's just the bomb.
It's good.
You know, I've actually been mixing that in the Duke's mayo when I make sandwiches.
Ugh. All right,
Oh, it's
Alex,
frickin-
send me your address. We'll get you some Uncle Steve Shake.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right.
A bunch of different stuff is great for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, I would love using all like new stuff and
And his stuff isn't necessarily barbecue related. It's just you can put it on everything.
yeah.
So yeah, get it. Uncle Steve just said get Alex address. He'll send you some.
Yeah, totally.
So
That'd be sweet.
yep. All right. Breakfast burrito with ketchup and hot sauce. Well, I'll take your word for it. I don't mind the hot sauce.
Yeah, I love hot sauce.
Yeah. Sponsored by exactly. Oh, did we fucking? Oh, there you go. Ooh, Dutch, you did the little twirly thing and blacked out for a second. I was like, no.
I know. I even threw a pen in the air. Damn it! I'm pissed.
Yep.
I'm gonna kill somebody at the internet office. I'm telling you.
All right, we're coming up on 2 hours, so you want to fire off some questions?
Actually, I've been reading them as we've been going. The Josh Skinner with the best AP rub is the last question I have. So,
all right. I'm gonna fire off a couple questions at you, Alex.
All right.
And just the normal, or the ones we kind of get towards the end.
Yeah.
Hollywood's gonna make a movie about you, your life, the channel, any of that shit. Who's playing Chef Alex?
Probably John Krasinski. I got
John Krasinski. All right.
Jim from The Office.
See, I was thinking Ryan Gosling.
I will take that. You know what? When I was getting out of the Navy and I started growing out my beard, somebody told me that I look like him from The Notebook, and I was like,
yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Not that I've watched The Notebook, but I've seen enough memes.
I'd be fine with him playing me too. He's
Yep.
good looking dude. I would have no problem with having him play me.
Chris said Ben Foster. I can see that too. Who else? Lep is his stunt double. Yeah. Leprechaun TV has a nice big full orange beard, red beard going on. He could be your stunt double. There you go.
Fine.
Usually a lot more people will chime in there and throw in their thoughts on who you'd be. Pickles is about to get timed out again. So
that's the first one with Ben Foster, though. I haven't heard that one, but
yeah.
Actually, CJ.
Yeah.
Pickles can't get timed out.
Oh, because you can time them out. I can't time them out. Adam Sandler. I don't know about that.
Actually, I used to get Adam Sandler when I was younger, before the beard and stuff. I got Adam Sandler at the time.
The hell was that? Hold on real quick. You okay? Okay. My soon-to-be chef daughter is putting away the dishes and decided to drop all of them. So,
CJ, speaking of which, you know where you need to send that girl?
No.
San Antonio.
Okay.
Let her learn under Chef Johnny.
Oh yeah, I like it. Mona said the guy who was Bruce Banner in Avengers.
Mark Ruffalo?
I don't know about that one.
Haley Joel Osment, really?
Haley Joel Osment, he's...
I don't think I look like him.
All right, Chris Cilantro from Eastwood Farms. Nah, that's up. All right, if you could cook with anybody in history, alive or dead, who would you want to cook with?
Alive or dead? It'd be really fun to cook with, like, Escoffier, who's like the godfather of modern cooking.
Who?
Escoffier. He's a French.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You said Guy Fieri. I was like, I don't know.
I would like to cook with Guy.
I would love to cook with that guy, but I was like, I don't think he's the dogfather of cooking.
No, he's definitely not the godfather of cooking, but yeah.
Escoffier, cool. Yeah. All right. Not that we wish any ill will towards you, but who would you... Oh, Guy Fieri's napkin. He's very proud of that. I told you we go to Vegas quite a bit.
Yeah.
We go to his restaurant, Guy Fieri's Vegas Kitchen, and I steal napkins all the time because they're they're cloth napkins. Yep. So I sent a couple to Kent. Nice. Yeah, it's good, man. It's really good.
I remember,
it's food for the masses.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine. When I was in culinary school, one of our professors read off the first review he got of one of his restaurants in New York, and this reviewer just ripped it apart. It was brutal.
Yeah, the Times Square restaurant that he had. I read that too.
Yeah,
they fucked him hard, man. It was bad.
Yeah.
CJ is the guy who steals towels at hotels. I may have taken some slippers and robes before. That's awesome. Is Chef Johnny in the house? We were just talking about you, Chef. Very cool. We're going to send our daughter out to your culinary school, Chef. She decided that she wants to be a chef when she grows up, too. All right.
Hey, wait, CJ?
Yes.
I want to throw this out there.
Throw it out there.
If she goes out there, at least there'll be one person in the house when she comes home that knows how to properly cook a brisket.
Oh, yes. Yes.
The whole Texas,
Whatever.
California brisket thing.
Yeah, I mean, don't bring up old wounds. I had no backup. You know what I'm saying? I just got thrown to the wolves on that one. It is what it is. But DJ iPad with the Wagyu brisket coming through next week. So
I can't wait. Wait. Next week or the following week?
Maybe next week. If you know what I'm saying. No. The week. The next week.
Cool. Not
this week, the next week.
That'd be cool to see.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna have him get in the video too. And we'll do it on the new grill. I don't know, I just hit puberty there. We'll do it on we'll do it on the grill. It'll be good.
It's only 35 years late, but you hit it. Goddamn, congratulations, bud.
They finally dropped. Hope she isn't scared of rattlesnakes. That's right. Chef Johnny has a few rattlesnakes on his property for sure.
And scorpions in the bunkhouse.
Yeah, there's too many critters around there for him. All right. Okay, so like I said, not wishing ill will on you, but what would your last meal be on Earth?
Honestly, it'd either be like a really awesome burger or tacos.
Can't go wrong with either right there, buddy.
Yeah, it's one of those.
No.
Yeah.
CJ's balls dropped. Yep, it happens. That ball dropped. All right, so every once in a while. All right, last question, then we'll start wrapping it up. Who would be on your personal Mount Rushmore? 4 people you love and admire. They don't have to be famous. They could be family members, whatever. And we like to encourage that you put your wife or fiance on there.
Yeah, it'd definitely be my mom, her, and then that's a tough question. I've never heard that question before. It's really good.
Yeah.
Man, I probably put up my one of my culinary professors because he really pushed me and he kind of helped me out a lot in culinary school to get me to the best places. He's the reason I got to do an internship in Ireland and everything, and so I'd probably have him up there and then probably my my second captain in the Navy because I learned a lot about leadership from him, and I've taken almost all of his examples, and that's what I use in kitchens that I'm in. So
very cool. See here. See that shot. Justin, Baby Back Maniac dropped in the chat. Welcome, brother. How you doing? I hope all your grills are doing good from the windstorm that took out all them grills, and the ribeyes you did this week on that new kettle, freaking amazing looking. So great job, Justin. All right, that's it for the questions. Kent is frozen again.
Yep, sure is.
Fuck me. This is why we can't have nice things, Kent.
We're gonna have the longest running show.
Yeah, he's just working on it. He just wants his watch time.
Right?
That's all it is. Oh fuck, we can't end this show. Seriously, I can't log him off. We just got to leave this. We'll have to leave the studio.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then Dutch will just be stuck on Frozen for hours, and I bet people will still watch.
Probably. We'll just watch.
That's a good pose. It is a good pose.
Yeah.
Lep, I would love to send you the invite, but I can't get you in. We can't do an after show. So yeah, that's we'll give Kent a good hold on, sorry. Uncle Steve's texting me. Steve, I'm trying to pay attention to our guests. Stop texting me. I don't know what to freaking do. I mean, we could just wrap it up and jump off, and it'll stay. Oh, there we go.
Oh, here he comes.
There we go. And there we go.
He's got to get his stuff figured out.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. This is why we'll never go national. We'll never get picked up for the networks.
Nope. Not if you can't have good service on there.
I mean, this is why we can't have nice things.
Right.
I am so fucking sick of this corn-fed fucking internet. God dang it.
Corn-fed internet. You want to wrap this shit up so we can get out of here before you drop again?
Yes, I do. Lep is wanting the link. I'm trying to send it to him. I'm afraid to do it, or I'm going to have, I don't know what to do anymore. This is pissing me off. It's got to be something with the feed to the house. I'm frustrated. So, Alex, I want to tell you, great job tonight. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I don't know. I'm hooked into the router, Ethernet cable, everything. It's got to be something coming into the house because I've never lost it on the Chromebook and the iPad, and the whole house go dark. I don't know what's going on. But thank you for joining us. Best wishes for you through this stupid time that is keeping you at home.
Yeah.
I hope things turn around for you. So
hopefully soon enough.
Thanks for joining us. Sorry again.
No worries. Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, fun. I feel we need to get you back on down the road.
Yeah,
say in a year's time.
On my channel.
Yes. You asshole. Thanks for pointing that out.
Funny.
All right. I'm done.
All right. Alex, you want to say anything on the way out, buddy?
Just thanks, everyone. Thanks for all the new subscribers. I hope you guys like my videos. Share them with whoever you know. Trying to make this a legitimate thing. but I appreciate you guys having me on. It was fun answering the questions, and hopefully we'll, do it again sometime. So
right on. All right, guys, great show tonight. Kent, I know you had some difficulties, but I'm glad we were able to do our first show of you being monetized on your channel. I hope you didn't drink too much, but there were plenty of super shots. So thank you guys for that. Kent will definitely use that in the future, and he will definitely buy me some more booze with that. I'm guaranteeing.
That was full when we started.
It usually is, Kent. I mean, it's not
I buy a bottle
anymore.
I buy a bottle every Thursday.
I only got this to show, but
that's all right.
Hey, it's not like the 2-year anniversary show when I went through a bottle and a half. Wow.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough for sure.
Yeah,
but good times. All right, so great job, guys. Alex, I'm glad you were able to finally come on and work this out.
Oh yeah.
Next week's guests are John and Kalina. I always pronounce her name wrong. John and Kalina from Thin Vine Wines. Josh and Bethany from Cookie Cop and Babe. They introduced us, me and my wife, to them when we were in Vegas last time we were all together a couple weeks back. And we had a great time with them. They actually sent me some wines right here that we're going to enjoy while we're in Vegas. Great folks. I love talking to them. Loved hanging out with them, had dinner with them the whole bit. So we'll see them next week on my channel. We'll be on Cooking with CJ next week for sure. If you guys thank God. If you guys want the show link, hit up Dutch on social media and he will send you the link. You can hit me up too and I can send it too. But as far as this show is going, we are done. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there. It's a great holiday weekend. It's going to be like 114 here and in Vegas, so it's going to be great. Kent, why don't you go ahead and send us out, buddy?
All right. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Sorry again for the technical difficulties. Alex, great job. CJ, adequate as usual. And we will see you next week, gang. Thanks, everybody.